The camera world is a lie. For years, we've been fed the same old narrative. Buy the new body, get the higher megapixels, chase the spec sheet, and your films will magically look like Hollywood. But you and I both know the truth. It's a trap designed to keep you spending, while your actual cinematic output stays exactly the same. But right now, something different is happening. A massive shift is taking place in the industry, and it all centers around one specific, unannounced piece of technology that has the entire filmmaking community losing its mind. The Sony FX3 II. Think about it. The original Sony FX3 didn't just succeed. It completely redefined what an indie filmmaker, a solo creator, or even a high-end commercial director could achieve. It was the camera that broke the rules, landing itself on major Hollywood sets and certified by Netflix as a legitimate A-cam. It became the undisputed king of the compact cinema world. But time moves fast. The competition is breathing down Sony's neck. Red is pushing boundaries, Blackmagic is offering insane resolutions for pennies, and Canon is desperately trying to claw back the market share they lost. Sony knows this, and behind closed doors, they have been cooking up a successor designed to absolutely crush the competition for the next 5 years. This isn't just a minor spec bump. This isn't about adding a flip screen or a slightly better menu system. What we are looking at with the FX3 II is a complete philosophical shift in how a compact cinema camera operates. If you are a filmmaker, a content creator, or someone who makes a living behind the lens, you need to pay very close attention to what's coming, because the decisions you make with your gear in the next 12 months will determine whether you stay ahead of the curve or get left completely behind. Let's start with the heart of the machine, the sensor. The original FX3 captured the world with a legendary 12-megapixel sensor. It was a low-light monster, a low-noise masterpiece. But the industry is demanding more. Clients are demanding more. The rumor mills and internal whispers point to a massive upgrade that solves the ultimate filmmaking dilemma. How do you increase resolution without destroying low-light performance? Sony's answer is a revolutionary global shutter, or a highly optimized high-speed readout sensor, that pushes the boundaries of dynamic range beyond anything we've seen in this form factor. Imagine shooting a scene in direct, harsh US midday sun, where the highlights usually blow out into an ugly digital white, while simultaneously capturing the deep, rich details in the shadows under a bridge. We are talking about a true 15+ stops of dynamic range, entering the territory of cameras that cost $30,000. But it's sitting right there, in the palm of your hand. And then there's the motion. The rolling shutter effect has been the bane of every handheld filmmaker's existence. You whip the camera to follow a fast-moving subject, and the background bends like jello. It looks cheap. It looks amateur. The FX3 II aims to eliminate this entirely. Whether you're tracking a speeding car for a commercial or shooting a fast-paced action sequence for an indie feature, the lines stay perfectly straight. The motion stays perfectly cinematic. But a great sensor is useless if the camera is a nightmare to operate. Sony learned a lot from the FX3 and the FX6, and they are merging that knowledge into a body that feels less like a camera and more like an extension of your own hand. The cooling system is getting a